feels cold from the lies that were stole. Now it feels criminal. Watch the world digital. Asking if this is real life. Speechless, the right's been taken. In classrooms, the walls are bleeding. I live in spite of myself, in sickness, in health. Oh, I'm dying for somebody else. Now I've gone cynical, tragedy biblical, asking if this is real life. Oh, no, 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 I'm lost in the silence, searching for somewhere to hide. No, 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 surrounded by violence. Maybe we're flawed by design. Just a stand for somebody else to read. The silence is deafening, but some things never change. Oh, no, 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 I'm lost in the silence, searching for somewhere to hide.
All right, give me a minute here. We'll get started.
No, 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 you're surrounded by violence. Maybe we're flawed by design. Set aside your mortal code. Children freezing in the cold. Don't believe in anything. Broadcast the misery. Set aside your mortal code. Children freezing in the cold. Don't believe in.
All right, what do you say we do it? What is going on, everyone? Welcome to WreckTalk. I hope you're having a fantastic, what is it, Thursday night tonight. Got a little preseason football. Now, admittedly, I am not even a casual NFL fan. I don't care about the NFL. I'm a pure college football fan. What's going on, Millis? We'll go through the chat here in a second. But Haynes King might make his, will make his NFL debut tonight. So I thought we'd come over here and watch it. What are you guys saying in the chat? Nico Greek says football is technically back. It is. Oh, man, I tell you how little NFL football I've watched. They just kicked off. I forgot about this new kickoff rule. Anyways, Cody After Hours says, brothers, what is going on? We're watching some football tonight. Josh Pittman says, howdy, howdy. What's going on, Mr. Pittman? Yeah, I don't know what the jewels do or the gifts do, but I do appreciate it. Uncle Junior, Hope King has a great debut. I think the over-under numbers are like 29.5 rushing yards and like 90.5 or 91.5 passing yards. I screenshotted it on my phone so I can tell you. It is 29.5 and 92.5. And then half a passing touchdown. What are y'all taking on that? King Season says, yes, yeah, you asked and you have received. Miller's here, Lawn Tractor Life. What's going on, buddy? How are you? Pickett is apparently getting the first couple of drives, then King will take over. I'd expect King in the second quarter. Who else, quarterback-wise, does Carolina have on their roster? Is King the number 2 as of now? That's kind of surprising. I took King over on rushing yards, passing yards. I would go under passing yards, but that's just me. I'd go over rushing, under passing. But you know what? No, I wouldn't. Because if you're Carolina, the last thing you want is to get a preseason injury with Haynes King. So I might actually even take under rushing and over passing, be honest with you. Maybe I'm nuts for that. But I think they're going to want to, put him out there and see what he can do with his arm in a preseason game. They know what he can do with his legs. That's not the issue. So what, they got Kenny Pickett? Is that who Carolina's got at quarterback? Bryce Young is their starter. So, okay. So King is number 3. It's just Bryce Young is they don't want to get him hurt or he's working on an injury. Kenny Pickett's one that I was flat out wrong about, by the way. Obviously played at Pitt. Did he win an ACC title with Pitt? He might have. Who is this? Cody? Appreciate it.
50 rushing yards, 125 passing, 2 passing TDs.
All right, that's your prediction. Appreciate the $2 from Coffee Killer previously. King is QB3, so he'll play the entire game when Pickett gets pulled. Okay, well, that kind of works out. Well, the first drive stalls out here with Pickett. Carolina will punt this thing away all the way down to the 15-yard line. Arizona will take it back, gets to about the 23. He was named ACC Player of the Year. You're talking about Kenny Pickett? Yeah. I was really high on Kenny Pickett when he was drafted. I felt like of everyone in that class that I really felt like was an NFL guy, particularly out of the ACC, I felt like Kenny Pickett would be successful in the NFL. Maybe he will. It's yet to be seen, though. I don't know why it doubles up all those super chats. I'm going to have to investigate. Now, looky who we got here. Carson Beck coming out for Arizona. Is he their number 2? So that'll be his first NFL pass for a completion there for the old Beck man. Wearing number 19. What's going on? What is this? Quint Cabes? You know I can't read. Make an easier name for me to read. 2nd and 6 here for Arizona. They'll run a little dive here. And up in the running back. He'll get to the 30. Jacoby Brissett. By the way, other things Rick was wrong about. It seems like I misjudged the tight end room. Seems like the tight end room is going to be good. Now, the wide receiver room, a lot to be desired there. All right, back to throw. Got a little bit of time. Steps up in the pocket, takes off, and he'll slide. See if they give him the first there. Pickett was solid for his first couple of seasons with the Steelers. Okay. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about with the NFL. I don't watch the NFL. The last complete NFL game that I watched was probably when the Falcons screwed up that Super Bowl. And let's talk about the Falcons. Is there a more dumpster fire franchise other than maybe Carolina? No, Carolina at least has a quarterback situation that's not doo-doo. How dumb does that decision to draft Michael Penix look now? You've got 2 injured quarterbacks on your roster. I mean, who's going to start for Atlanta? They're in a bad way. From what I've heard, all this dead cap space. Well, not from what I've heard, all this dead cap space from Kirk Cousins that just keeps doing his deal. There's another completion for Beck. Yeah, I can't root for Georgia Tech and deal with that heartbreak and root for the Falcons. I won't make it. Drive me to drinking again. I know it will. 3rd and 2 here for Arizona. Yeah, we've got Tua and Penix. 2 injured left-handed quarterbacks. I mean, I can't stand one left-handed quarterback, let alone 2, and they're injured. Incomplete there for Beck. They'll have to punt unless they're going to go for it here at midfield, which maybe they do. Tua turn a ball over. I can't believe Tua is even allowed to play still. I can't get out of my head his posturing that he was doing, with that severe concussion. Well, you have to be more specific. Which one, Rec? I know. Arizona will put this thing away. And, they're going to pin them right on the 3. It'll roll down all the way to the 3. Do I root for Beck's failure since he was a mutt? No, and it's not because, I don't hate Georgia or anything. It's just I don't care enough about the NFL to watch Beck do well or not do well. Would it be funny? Yeah. Yeah, it would be funny. That would make me laugh. Would make me laugh. All right. Let's see how long it takes to get King in here. Maybe 3 more drives or so. I don't know. Maybe we get in the second quarter. Again, over under rushing yards on Haynes King, 29.5. Passing yards, 92.5. Passing touchdowns, half. The Falcons are a purgatory dumpster fire. I couldn't have said it better myself. Can't even lose enough to get a good draft pick. Yeah. Well, if they had a good draft pick, which, I mean, look, what did they have? The 8th overall pick? That's a good draft pick. And then they draft a quarterback after they just signed a quarterback to $120 million contract, $180 million, some stupid number. How many snaps did Kirk Cousins take for Atlanta? Or like how many games did he play for Atlanta? It weren't many. You just need to wipe the floor in Atlanta, probably. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know who Atlanta's coach is right now. I don't even was it still Raheem Morris? I have no idea. Ooh. Hold on one second. I had muted back just in time, so Carolina will take over on their own 3 here. Man, look, he almost dropped that snap and nothing going. He'll get to the 1. Kevin Stefanski is the Falcons head coach. He came from the Browns. Sounds like a winning pick already, doesn't it? It's a big boy up front there at nose for Arizona. God almighty, Billings. How big is that cat? He looks like he's about 400 pounds, but he can move. Oh, me. Do you guys see, I guess Jason Seymour talked about 12 or 13 dropped interceptions today. All right, they're going to throw with an empty set out of their own end zone. Pickett throws it over the middle, goes right through the guy's hands. Incomplete. 3rd and 12 here from your own 1. Interesting call to go empty on your own 1. I guess that's why I'm sitting here, though, not coaching football. All right. See if Pickett can get out of this bind here for Carolina. Flag. Was that a false start? Yep. Back him up. 4 inches. See what we can do. Notable injuries: 2 tackles, a defensive end, linebacker, and wide receiver. 2 of those are season-ending for Carolina. Chris Brazzell, and I missed the other cat's name. All right, 3rd and 12 again here for Pickett. Again, empty set. Throws a deep ball here, and that's definitely pass interference. Yeah, that guy Arizona DB basically tackled this guy while the ball was in the air. Yeah, yeah. Can't do that. You can't do that. So 2 penalties in a row there, one for Carolina on the false start, and then the textbook pass interference by Arizona. Now, is Bryce Young hurt, or is they're just sitting him because there's no point in playing him in a preseason game? All right, so let's take over from like their 32 with a run up the middle. We get 3 yards maybe out of that, 2 yards. But yeah, 12 or 13 dropped interceptions. Jason Seymour, I guess, talked about in a press conference. It was on Twitter. I forget what account had posted that. Nothing about that's good, right? Defense is dropping balls and your offense is throwing it right in their hands, but they can't catch it. All right, back to throw here for Pickett. Has some time, just dumps it off to the running back who runs backwards. They're going to take a loss on that. Did you hear that Jalen Walker tore his ACL? Jeez, Atlanta is such a dumpster fire. Atlanta pro sports have been a purgatory of just bullshit for some time now. Now, the Braves have turned that around. You know, they won a World Series under Snicker. And I haven't watched the Braves enough to know how they're doing this year. I assume they're doing okay. No, they tried to get – they reached out to DeGrom. I guess they had a no-trade, whatever, on. Didn't get DeGrom. I know a lot of people were unhappy with the trade deadline moves that the Braves made. All right, 3rd and 9 here. Another 3rd and long for Carolina. Got some press coverage here on the corners. Back to throw for Pickett. He's got time. Dump it right up the seam, but it's going to be short. Braves are doing great now. Okay. Yeah, the Braves are our only pro sports hope. I guess them and Atlanta United, but if you think that I don't really care about the NFL, ask me about Major League Soccer, whatever the hell it's called. All right, so Carolina will have to punt. About 7:30 to go in the first. And we'll get to see Beck again. See what old Becky can do. All right, punts away. It'll bounce right in front of the 10. And we'll roll. Oh, they'll down them at the 1 or 2 there. So Carolina will have started their drive on their own 1. Arizona's going to start the next drive on their own 1 or 2. How about that? Speaking of, boy, we are close. We're getting into how many days do we got until we kick off Thursday against Colorado? Have you guys seen all this nonsense? You guys are overlooking Colorado. Look, I'm not one to overlook teams. You can overlook Colorado, though. Yeah, ain't no problem. You want to talk about dumpster fires. Colorado and North Carolina might be the 2 biggest dumpster fire programs in the country right now. I mean, think about North Carolina for a second. This is a school that should be able to win at football. Big alumni. They've got, I mean, they want to act like they don't have money. They do have money. All the rules bent in their favor in that Tobacco Road. So you've got $10 million to pay a head coach. You go out and get Bill Belichick, who nobody wanted. Nobody was calling Bill Belichick. You give him a max contract, even though it's structured stupidly. It's a weird structure of a contract. And then he comes in with his girlfriend. I'm told it's all, the branding. They're trying to do the Dion thing with catching lightning in a bottle with that. But everything that Dion has that makes people watch him, Bill Belichick is the opposite of that. His girlfriend is CC'd on internal athletic department emails. She's the CEO of his company. Hard Knocks was going to come, which would have been exposure for their program. They don't come because Jordan Hudson demands to be executive producer on it. You have a borderline mutiny last year of players and players' parents because of how much of a circus the whole situation is. Okay? Then you get to this, they go, 4-8? Then you get to this year, and now they've had to put their general manager, who's buddies with Bill Belichick. By the way, everyone on staff is either related to this Lombardi guy or Bill Belichick. Put on paid administrative. You know how immoral you have to be put on paid administrative leave at North Carolina? They cheated for a decade across all sports. No one was punished. What did this guy do to actually get punished at North Carolina? It was too close for comfort last year, so this year still makes me. I'm not nervous at all. If we can turn the ball over 3 straight drives on the road and still beat them, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about taking an L in Atlanta. Kidding me? Another flag here. False start against Arizona. I remember the TCU UNC live stream. You had me cracking up, and then YouTube took it down because that was a great time when we could have the game projected behind me. I got a copyright strike for that. And then it gives you the email of like who you can reach out to that struck the video. So I was just like, look, what can I do to work something out? I'll let you guess whether they ever responded to that or not. They didn't. No one is as tenacious with copyright as Disney, which is ESPN. UNC could have saved money just by promoting Jeff Collins to head coach. Yeah, you could have. Is that Raheem Morris for the Panthers? Boy, we got to do a video about not Bill Belichick, Jeff Collins too. He's sniffing the jockstrap of every coach again that will have him in their fall camp. He's got 40 bracelets of the school that he's traveling to, and he went to Virginia. I think he went to Pitt. Then he went to like Stony Brook, Wake Forest. So I guess South Carolina shit-canned him. That's why he was on Bryce's live stream talking about how much he wanted to lick Kirby's nuts. That was the whole live stream. That, if you don't know, Bryce Koenig Crowded Booth interviewed Jeff Collins. The whole thing is just him fellatiating Kirby Smart. All right, Beck back to throw. Deep ball. Got a man open. Hits him in stride, too, all the way down to the 40. Good ball there by Beck. We need an F-26 Bill B update vid, too. What is F-26? Also, the hiring of Bill Belichick was suspect. They basically, you had 2 different searches going on. Was it Josh Pate recently talked about it. You basically had your athletic department, like Bubba Cunningham was in charge of, looking to hire a football coach who is the people that should be hiring. And then you had all the money donors. And then they went and hired Bill Belichick and just took it out of the people who you're paying to hire a coach hands. Okay, fall 26. Gotcha. Which there are some, I think, potential legal. I think a provost sued them over the way they hired Bill Belichick. I don't know what the update on that lawsuit is. Now they've had to retain counsel. North Carolina's had to retain counsel over whatever the hell this Lombardi cat did. Something tells me it's being something sexual with a female staffer is my gut feeling on what's going on there. Good cutback here by this running back for Arizona. It's not like Mac Brown had them at the very bottom of the ACC either. No, what were they looking to do? Like Mac Brown was this 6-7, 9-win coach at times. And then they're looking to take the next step up. Now, what tarnished his second tenure at UNC, talking about Mac Brown, and this isn't even me doing the bit on Jeff Collins, but it was the hiring of Jeff Collins. Him hiring Jeff Collins was a nail in the coffin for Mac Brown. And I would say I hate to say I told you so, but I freaking love to tell you I told you so. Telling people I told you so is my favorite thing in life. I told you so. What did they say? Oh, well, he had a top 5 defense when he was at Florida or something, whatever. What does that have to do with right now? What does that have to do with right now? Well, he was a failed head coach, but he's still a good DC. Well, why was our defense so shitty when he was here, though? Explain that. It'd be one thing if we had like a pretty stout defense under Collins, but our offense we could never figure out. That weren't the case, though. Carson Beck is looking good. Jeff Collins would go to work at UGA just to be petty. And you trying to get me hard? Please, Georgia, hire Jeff Collins. Please. Yeah, I don't know. Beck, how many? What he's had? What, maybe 1, 2 incompletions since he's been in? Yeah, Beck doing well. Two-time, yeah, gross. He was close to having 3 rings too. You think about Carson Beck. If he would have won at Miami, he would have had 3 national title rings. Back for Beck, throws, another completion. Almost a first down. They'll get like 9 out of that. He's 6 for 7 for like 70, yeah. What's going on, Connor? Miss these nights, for sure. Sir UGA comes in. How about Beck? Fucking bum. Beck looks good. We were just talking about it. I mean, Beck looks good. Yeah, I mean, Beck could have been drafted last year. All right, 3rd and 1. See if you get cute here. Now you just run the ball, right? Just run the little dive. First down for Arizona. It'll be interesting to see Haynes King. Nothing about Haynes King's game shouts NFL quarterback to me, but we'll see. About 1:20 to go in the first. Still no score. Yeah, I am doing well. Appreciate it, Sir UGA. All right, Beck will make a check at the line. Another run. And, man, he gets about 5 or 6 yards out of it. King should come in when the Panthers get the ball back if the reports are right. Yeah. I mean, I think the best hope for King is to be like kind of a gadget type player. I got another trophy, guys. Appreciate whatever that is. Sent GOAT trophy for 1,000 jewels. Someone's going to have to research what these jewels are and how I convert them to money. All right, back to throw for Beck. Steps up in the pocket. Is that a touchdown? No, they're going to spot him on like the half-yard line. Yeah, threw that thing right up the seam. I guess they're going to spot him short. It looked like he got in to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I imagine King playing for a job on the final roster. Yeah. No, I guess his knee was down just short of getting in there. What am I saying? I'm surely the ref has a better view of that play than I did while watching it on TV, right? Panthers insiders have said they want to keep King as an emergency QB3, but give him some short yardage plays as a ball carrier. Jackets by 17 over Colorado. Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, and that's what I think. And look, the problem with that, though, is if you just bring him in to take shots by NFL linebackers, how long is he going to be able to survive in the NFL? I just wouldn't think very long. Miss Superior says Colorado sucks as a state. Why should their football team be any better? The only good thing that's ever come out of Colorado is WreckTalk. Well, Wreck was born there. That's the only, and you know what I did? Before I left before I was old enough to remember it. That's how shitty Colorado is. 1 ruby equals $0.01. So 100 rubies equals $1. Oh, well, then I appreciate it. Thank you for explaining that to me. Well, what is a joule? How many joules is a ruby? I feel like I'm back in physics class with like, how many meters in a kilometer? Pavia is 5'5" of him. Is all 5'5" of him? Is he really that short? How tall is Pavia? He's probably like 5'9", right? Let's look it up. How tall is Diego Pavia? 5'9" and 7'8", so roughly 5'10". Yeah. When Wreck is taller than your quarterback, you got issues. They ain't going to make him into Taysom Hill in 5 months, so it's more about throwing him in different scenarios and seeing how he does. I agree. Rubies automatically count as revenue in your YouTube partner earnings. How do you know so much about this? We might need to hire you. Do you want to be my manager? All right. Without looking at the chat, I predict a touchdown coming. Am I live? No, I'm behind. I'm going to have to catch up in a second. Hold on. Oh, you're a Panthers fan. Gotcha. We send jewels and they convert to rubies that you redeem. Oh, okay. Well, you guys are awesome. All right. Little zone play and touchdown. All right. Diego is 5'10". He's 5'9" and 7/8. Do you think King will be able to take off and run like he did at Tech? You mean in the NFL? No, absolutely not. Imagine Haynes King was going up against the national title, whoever won the national title in every game of last season. That's what the punishment will be like. Or the speed and physicality difference. Yeah, I was about a minute and a half behind. I caught up now. Now I'm live. Looks like we got, what are they talking to, Drew Brees? Someone that was able to overcome his height. Yep. Is he the all-time leading passer, or did Brady overtake him? Did Brady overtake him? Asking for a friend. Where did Drew Brees play college ball? At Purdue? I want to say he played at Purdue. Let's go look. Because he was drafted by the Chargers. And then because, wasn't he? I think he was drafted by the Chargers. Yeah, he played at Purdue. Can you catch up, Unc? I'm caught up now. It says live on my thing, and it's red. Colorado doesn't have no Seams? What does that mean? Flying. All right, here we go. Appreciate the $5.
Though you do have to think just using Haynes for design plays is infinitely easier on him than the gauntlet Tech had him playing physically all time.
Probably. Here's the thing with that, though. It just takes one wrong hit for him to take for it to be over. I mean, I guess that's true for anybody, but especially with a guy that has taken the punishment leading up to an NFL career that he has. Flying cockroaches are 80+% humidity. I grew up in Georgia and very humid. No, still not Carson or still not Haynes King in. Still Pickett in here for Carolina. I'm trying to see what Kim Frey here is talking about. Colorado doesn't have no CMs. Flying cockroaches or 80+% humidity. I don't know what CMs are, but I can get down with the rest of that. No, CM is a gnat that you can't see only in South Georgia. Okay. All right, good run here for Carolina. So it's 7-0, Arizona up. I was in Bainbridge recently, actually Ocklawahnee. And let me tell you something about the gnats down there. It's unreal. The heat was punishing, but it was nothing compared to those damn gnats. Also, where Kirby Smart is from, I believe, is Bainbridge. All right, 1st and 10, a little play action, just a dump off to the running back, and he's got a bunch of room in front of him. Big play there for Carolina. Those gnats are hell in Bainbridge. They make you itch immediately. Yeah. So when I would get into the rental I was in Bainbridge, you would just see gnats jumping on the windshield. There would be like 100 of them that would dive into the vehicle just in the time it took you to get in and out of it. It was miserable. All right, Pickett back to throw. Got time. Complete. All right, no, CMs are like fruit flies. Okay, tiny fruit flies. We want to see King. We want to see King. That's the other thing as a Falcons fan. You had to see your rival have, one of the best quarterbacks of all time in Drew Brees. Pickett sack. No, he gets out of it, takes off running, throws it, but it's incomplete. He didn't have anyone to throw to there. Miracle he didn't take a sack. No, CMs are horrible here in Woodbine this time of year. So how long does it take you to get to Atlanta when you come to the games, Mr. Burns? 3 hours? 4 hours? Because it took like 4 to get to Bainbridge. But that was out of West Atlanta. All right, Pickett back to throw here, 3rd and 6. Plenty of time. Complete, and they'll pick up the first off of it. Yeah, they just gave quarterback too much time there. Yeah, they rushed 4, and they couldn't get there. Good throw there by Pickett. Yeah, he had to take a weird step to get that throw off. All right, 1st and 10 here for Carolina. Another play action. Deep ball. Oh, would have been a touchdown could he held on to it. Good throw by Pickett there. Got single coverage with a linebacker. Just couldn't connect. 5.5 hours to 6 hours, depending on Henry County traffic. Yeah, good coverage there by Arizona. You remember when Pickett had a field day against Jackets of 21? I do too. I think the first throw he made in that game, it was in Atlanta, right? Was a 70-yard touchdown. Am I remembering that right? And there wasn't a guy when the Pitt receiver caught it within 20 yards of him. Another throw for Pickett, another completion to the running back all the way down to the 5. Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember the Collins era. Another run, and they'll get all the way down to inside the one there with that. Yeah, unfortunately, I do remember the Collins era. Pickett was a dog at Pitt. Pickett was good. Pickett was really good. Also initiated a rule change to come after the ACC title game with the fake slide. Do y'all remember that? I think they played Wake. Touchdown Carolina there. Remember when Pickett did that fake slide? I'm pretty sure they played Wake Forest in the ACC title that year. And then they had to institute a rule change the next season. Everyone had a field day during the Collins era, yeah. I mean, the only way that the Collins era could have been any worse is if there would have been some NCAA investigation tagged to his exit or something. Or some legal issue. All right, extra point here for Carolina. Will be good. That fake slide was dirty. I remember that. I remember it well. Need Rec to give us a review of the new Rec deck. Yeah, you know what? We should take up a collection for that. It's different for every game. In fact, let me go see what it is for Colorado right now. It might be sold out for Colorado. I don't know. I think the cheapest it is about $280 a ticket. For Mercer, if I do go, I will be in the suite, so I wouldn't do it that game. I guess let me just go to StubHub. Georgia Tech, Colorado. All right, let's see if they sell tickets to this thing on StubHub, or do you have to go through whatever? Yeah, they don't sell them on StubHub. So let's look at tickets for Colorado. If you want to sit where old Rec does in 106, about $440. If you want nosebleed north end zones, you can get them for about $110. All right, where do I find Rec Deck tickets? All right, Rec Deck Premium. Single game Rec Deck tickets. Let's look. All right, for Colorado, what do they cost? $288 each. Okay. God, what are they for Tennessee? They're sold out. Sold out for Tennessee. For Mercer, I don't see them for Mercer. So do you have to buy them the week of or something? What the world is this? Yeah, they don't. Okay. Looks like they're about $280. Maybe we'll do it for Duke. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I didn't have my thing on. Appreciate the $5 from Joe. It says, you and Squid going to be derping around before the game against Tennessee. I don't know what derping is. What is derping? All right, what are you guys saying here? Get this off. Oh, my God. Okay. It's $288 for Colorado. Tennessee is stupid expensive. Mr. Burns says, remember, winning ain't free. Send a check even if it's only $100. We need 40,000 fans sending a check every quarter. That'd be $16 million annually. I appreciate the jewels. Oh, let me turn my thing back up. What'd I get here? Bulldog JC sent Jammin' for 200 joules. Appreciate it, buddy. I think it's crazy the north end zone section sold out in 2 hours. Yeah, hopefully Tennessee's a revenge game for 2017. I remember that. That's when we had Paul Johnson. Taquan Marshall, I believe, was the quarterback. And it came down – it wasn't an overtime game. I think it was a situation where we scored late, or maybe it was an overtime game. Either way, we went for 2 when we didn't have to and didn't get it. I think there was like 1,000 yards of offense in that game. Deep ball, man, wide open there, caught. And he gets lit up. They're going to throw a flag for targeting maybe? I thought I saw the ref throw the flag. Maybe I'm wrong. But appreciate the jewels. Oh, was that offsides? Okay, that's why he threw the deep ball. Penalty decline. Yeah, Beck's lighting it up out here. Oh, yeah, this guy just beat his dude. It went to double overtime because of a missed field goal by Tech as some time expired. Okay, bought season tickets, so we're Gucci. No aftermarket bullshit prices. Nice, dude. What section are you in? So Beck marches right down the field here. What is there? Arizona inside the 5 now, inside the Carolina 5. Yep. Play action. Beck under pressure just throws it at the feet of his running back. Smart play there. Be 3rd and 4. Tried telling people Beck should start for the Cardinals. Okay, Uncle Junior's in section 106. Yeah, you're like row 13 or something from what I remember. I think I'm row 39. Yeah, we had 600 plus yards of offense and lost by 1, and they only had 350. Wow. All right, we got timeout here for Arizona. Tennessee ticket prices right now are stupid. SeatGeek is close to 300 plus. Wow. Unfortunately, that's the league. Yeah, it's all about the money. Okay, he's in row 6. Josh says he was 109 last season, 121 by the tunnel where the players come out. Okay, gotcha. I'm thinking we'll see King next drive. I'm assuming Arizona will score here. Well, I can't assume that's 3rd and 4. They might kick a field goal. Beck throws the fade. What a ball. Touchdown, Arizona. I remember practicing that at camp and what you would do on that very play you saw Beck throw that fade. You'd put a trash can on the back corner pylon of the end zone, and you'd step back and try and throw it into that trash can. That's what you're trying to do. Section 124 for Georgia Tech in Colorado with my whiteout T-shirt. And I'll tell you this, if you don't have a whiteout T-shirt, you can get a rec. We got white T-shirts you can get a rec hat. There's a shopping link right under the video. All right, extra point good for Arizona. Let's see if King comes in. You guys tell me in the chat. Are you taking over or under 29.5 rushing yards? Are you taking over or under 92.5 passing yards? And are you taking over under half a touchdown? We need to appreciate the jewels there. Let me switch things up where we can actually see that. I think we need to bring it to the top. There we go. 800 Jules. Turn it up. Appreciate it, buddy. Section 102 for Georgia Tech versus Colorado for me. Okay, says Mr. Owens. We got Jules for days in here, guys. Appreciate it, Bulldog JC. Ooh. We'll have to see how. Will King stay in, you think, the whole game? I guess he will if he's QB3. I wouldn't think you carry 4 quarterbacks on your roster. I mean, what is the NFL roster size? Like 56 guys or something, right? On your active? Bet it takes to the end of the game to win under. Rushing yards, Jolis will take over the 29.5, under the 92.5, and he'll take over a half touchdown, I get from how I read that. $53 roster. 53-man roster. Wow. All right, they said King will get all the reps after Pickett. Okay. Then I guess we'll react to some press conferences for members Friday night because I've got some important things to do Friday morning. All right, is this King? Yes, this is King. He'll hand it off. Oh, takes a cut. First down, Carolina. All right. A typical Gump has Tech -7 against Colorado. I'm not a betting man. I might put some money on Tech. -7? Yeah. Yeah. All right, here's King's second snap. All right, play action. Oh, almost trips, throws, hits the guy right in the numbers. It's incomplete. Should have caught that thing. Turf bug about bit King there. So first NFL pass incomplete. Shouldn't have been. That boy should have caught that thing. It was in his belly a little bit. But that's what you get paid to do, catch the football. All right, 2nd and 10 now. Bling bling Haynes King in the game. High snap, he'll bring it down. Throws complete on a deep end there, it looked like. First down for Haynes King. I guess I need to pull up the stats here for this game. We can update the yardage. That'll take a chunk out of the 92.5, though. 1st and 10, I would expect a run here. No, King back to throw. Dumps it off, complete. About 3 yards there. All right, so Beck's at 134 yards, Pickett 62. Give me Haynes King's numbers here. Give me Haynes King's stats. All right, 2nd and 6. King back to throw. Throws a deep ball, and it goes out of bounds there. Not a very good ball there for King. Give me the full box. All right, King was 17 yards right now through the air. Rushing yards, 0. All right, 3rd and 6. Let's see if King can make a play here. King back to throw. Throws quick up the seam, complete for a first down. So King will convert that. All right. Had a bad ball there by King, but other than that, I hadn't seen one. Bad deep ball, but throwing well underneath. So that'll be 25 yards now for Haynes King. They'll motion the back to King's other side. Almost bobbles the snap. Back to throw. Throws. Ooh, that was a dangerous one. It's incomplete. I don't know what he was thinking with that one. If that DB would have got his eyes around, that probably would have been an interception. All right, 2nd and 10 for King. I don't know what's going on with this snap here, but it ain't good. All right, empty set now for King. I wonder if this will be a draw. King back to throw. No, it's not a draw. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll take off running, and he will slide just short of the first down. That'll be an 8-yard run for Haynes King. That'll bite into that 29.5. Yep, I'm surprised King knows how to slide. Didn't see much of that at Georgia Tech. Going to have to do that in the NFL, though. All right, back in the gun again. Back to throw for King. Throws quick, wide open out for a first down. All right, that's 29 yards. All right, 6:20 to go in the half. Arizona up 14-7. 1st and 10 here for Haynes King. See if make sure we're still live. We're still live. King goes under center now. Motion his wide receiver in. Play action. King with his eyes downfield. Guy wide open. Touchdown! Touchdown! Haynes King. Well, if you took the over half a touchdown, you made some money there. You know what? We need another thing here for King. Let's duplicate that. I mean, the guy was wide open there. The guy was wide open. Still had to throw across his body, though. Great ball thrown across his body. I like it. What am I looking for here? Duplicate. All right, and that'll tie the ball game. So, okay. One bad deep ball for King there, but other than that, looked pretty good in his first NFL drive. I hope King torches the Falcons this year. I'd love it. I hope he beats if he has to come in against the Falcons, then yeah, I hope he beats the dog shit out of the Falcons. I could care less about the Falcons. All right. So, is King going to hit the over on everything? We'll see. He's already over one, already over half the touchdown. Make sure I got my stats right here. No, that's 44 passing yards. 44 passing yards for King. He's already halfway there, basically. He's coming for that QB1 spot easy there, killer. How has Bryce Young looked for Carolina? I don't even know. Let me go get some water while we're on break here. I tell you what, this will be a good trivia question for the audience. When was the last time a Georgia Tech quarterback took a snap, preseason, anything in the NFL? I bet it's been 40 years. I mean, who would have been the last quarterback that Georgia Tech's put out that took a snap for anything in the NFL, preseason, regular season, playoff, whatever? Someone figure that out for me, because Haynes King's probably the first in 40 or 50 years, which is honestly sad. Did Joe Hamilton take a snap in a preseason game? Joe Hamilton, he went to I don't think Joe Hamilton was drafted, was he? Let me look. Thought he played in the CFL. No, he was drafted in the 7th round. By Tampa Bay. So he might have taken a preseason snap then, yeah. So that would have been, when was he drafted? 2000? It's been almost 30 years then. So Joe in Tampa Bay. Falcons should have drafted Haynes King. Yeah, I mean, that's in line with their philosophy of drafting injury-prone quarterbacks. Might as well get Haynes King if that's what you want to do, right? Would make all the sense, and use like a second-round pick on him. All right, Carson Beck back in. False start for Arizona, though. Well, they got, who is this? I can't hear, obviously. Yeah, we got Carson Beck versus Haynes King tonight. What a treat. What a treat. Beck back to throw. Oh, some miscommunication there with his wide receivers. Threw it kind of right in between everybody on that side of the field. Oh yeah, will the preseason game go into 8 overtimes? Back to throw for Beck. Under pressure, throws complete. What a ball. I mean, do I like admitting it? No. Beck looks like an NFL guy, though. Beck looks like he could start for a team. Okay, I was wrong about Joe Hamilton. He played for the Buccaneers, but then he played for the Frankfurt Galaxy, Indianapolis Colts. So it's been about 20 years. He probably would have taken a preseason snap for the Colts in 04. Beck, deep ball. No flag there. Pretty good defense. No, there is a flag. There is a flag. Luke Kuechly. Josh Nesbitt played in the NFL, but as a safety, yeah, so he wouldn't have taken it. That's crazy, too, that you had a quarterback. He played for Buffalo, I think. Josh Nesbitt made a roster for Buffalo at safety. And one of his boys got a cast on his arm. He must be a Hellraiser already. Must be a Hellraiser already. It's Kuechly. All right. About a 5-yard run there for Arizona. About 4:50 to go in the half. I need them to score quickly or turn the ball over. I want to see some more Haynes King. Chan Gailey took a flyer on Nesbitt while head coach in Buff. What does that mean? Like he advocated for Nesbitt to Buffalo? I'll tell you who I think was actually a safety that played quarterback for us was damn Reggie Ball. Oh, another big run there for Arizona. This man still, ball comes out. I think Carolina's on it. I got my wish. I got my wish. Did Carolina get on that ball? It did come out. That's definitely a fumble. Did he get back on top of it, though? Who got that thing? All right. I cursed them. No, they retained possession, though. 3:20 to go in the half. Falcons have a hurt quarterback and then sign Mr. Protocol. Haynes probably being one of the most durable players that what makes you say he's durable? He played hurt his entire time at Georgia Tech, basically. Plus, he's a winner and a great leader. You never had a question of his work ethic either. No, I definitely agree. I think that Justin Thomas was converted to a wide receiver by the Raiders. I think you're right about that. All right, 2nd and 5 here, and another first down on the ground for Arizona. Yeah, Carolina can't stop the run. I used to run into Luke at the grocery store all the time. Was he live in Georgia or something? Will Georgia Tech beat Tennessee? Based off what I know right now, I would say no. But there's a lot you don't know about either team. We were in a member stream last night reacting to the Brent Keys fall camp press conference. And King Season brought some information to the table. I didn't know that they don't know who's going to play quarterback. Arizona looks confused here. Another run. And they'll still get 4 out of it. Evidently, Tennessee couldn't stop the run last year. I didn't watch a ton of Tennessee football last year. As far as we can tell right now, they're going to have a linebacker out, probably their best player on defense, right? So you're going to have a young quarterback most likely making his first start in a night road game or meaningful start. Things could get weird with that game. Those press conferences make me scared. Why? What about the press conference makes you scared? Oh, yeah, Jordan Vandenberg evidently killing it for the Bears. Yeah, Jordan Vandenberg, he kind of wasn't on my radar, but that does not surprise me at all. He squat 650 pounds or something at Tech? Came out of Penn State. God, if we could have Vandenberg back, we could that would be good. King's injuries were non-contact stuff, though, like 24. Wasn't really like Tua. No, he didn't have concussion issues. But, he's got some significant shoulder issues. That's for sure. I imagine that's why his throwing motion still looks very awkward, beyond that it was awkward when he came to Tech. Durable meaning he took hits in college due to what he was asked to do for the team. No BS, he played hurt. What quarterback besides Cam Newton, Tim Tebow wouldn't be hurt running the ball like him? I think those guys did have injury issues as well. Not as much as King, but yeah, anytime you have a quarterback that's going to run a significant amount of time, especially in the NFL. Well, The only pure running type quarterback in recent memory that I can think, I mean, you had Cam that worked. Right now, the kid Lamar Jackson works. Before them, Michael Vick worked. So in probably the past 30 years or so, and I'm probably missing someone, you've had 3 running quarterbacks that have had success in the NFL. All I'm saying is it is the exception to the rule. All right, 2 minute. We're at the 2 minute here. Beck comes out at under center on the Carolina 17. Another run, pick up about 2. Don't think he'll be asked to do that in the NFL, which makes me believe he would be less injured. I hope so. Yes. All right. Showing highlights now. Yeah, Beck's, like we've said, Beck's look good. Beck's look real good. This is probably the only time that, like, this is an entertaining preseason game. You got Beck versus King. All right, minute 55 to go. Beck back to throw. Oh, almost sacked, and he will be sacked. Almost get pulled down by his ankle and then steps up in the pocket and gets sacked. Appreciate it, Jolish.
Since it's the Hall of Fame game, R.I.P. Demaryius Thomas. Georgia Tech legend gone too soon, Red.
Oh, and they're showing highlights of that 8 overtime game. God, I don't want to see that. Appreciate the $5 from Jolish. Yeah, since it's a Hall of Fame game, rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas, Georgia Tech legend, gone too soon. What happened with that? He had some kind of like epilepsy issue or something like that, and I think died, like was found dead in a shower or something. But yeah, Demaryius Thomas played for Calvin Johnson, was in a triple option system in college, and became a top 5 NFL wide receiver for the Broncos. Hell of a player. All right, field goals up and good for Arizona. Rec, with the jersey patches becoming a thing, what company would you love Tech to get? Cocaine and seizures? Did he have a drug issue? Chick-fil-A would be a good one. I think you got the red in their shit though. But Chick-fil-A or Coke would make sense. Delta would make sense. I'm just thinking. I mean, I've got them all behind me here, like all the Atlanta businesses and stuff. Coke, Chick-fil-A, Delta. Those would all make sense to me. What about George Godsey? He was a quarterback on 2 NFL teams. Let's see. Yeah, you're right about that. What was he though? Hold on. Let's go look at George Godsey. George Godsey was never. He played in the Arena League. George Godsey was never drafted. Yeah, George Godsey never took a snap for an NFL team. He was never on an NFL roster. Okay, if you remember correctly, autopsy came back showing narcotics in his system. Okay. Well, that doesn't mean cocaine. Oh, Georgia Power. Yeah. Southern Company. He had CTE and seizures from football. I don't think he had drug issues. Well, let's go look. Complications of seizure disorder was the cause of death. Posthumous CTE diagnosis. Researchers at Boston University diagnosed Thomas with stage 2 chronic traumatic, CTE, after his passing. I don't see anything about him having drugs in his system. Yeah. Yeah, be careful throwing that stuff around, yeah. Yeah. I don't think he had drugs in his system, buddy. All right, we'll get to see King again here for his second NFL drive. Right? Yep, second NFL drive. Sweetwater Brewery for a pat, sure. Ooh. What company colors would be a good match for Georgia Tech, though? Yeah, all these companies have red. I don't know. I mean, what companies have gold, navy, or white? Haynes wouldn't have started with Alberto on the roster. Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have Alberto if Haynes King was on the roster, though. All right, empty set for King. Back to throw. Yeah, not a great read there. Incomplete. Yeah, Wahoo, I guess, but Jeff Collins has completely ruined Waffle House. All right, 2nd and 10 here for King. Back to throw. Throws complete over the middle. He threw a duck, but it was complete. All right. They're going hurry up here with King now. That's 59 yards for King. Back to throw for King. Throws. Not a good throw. Did he catch that, though? He did. Not a great throw from King, but a hell of a catch. 71 yards now for King. Back to throw for King out of the hurry up. Complete, and he'll get just about a yard for it. 1:10 to go in the half. Minute and a half now. Clock's rolling. King back to throw. Throws. Complete. All right, so 53 seconds left. We're going to have a 3rd down and 4? What's the down and distance here? What's the distance on the down? 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 for King. 53 seconds to go in the half. All right, back to throw for King. Flushed out of the pocket, throws complete, and he breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. Yeah, you're going to, if you took over 92, you just won money. That's 94 yards for King. $32 seconds to go. In the red zone now. Back to throw. Throws, and too much on that one. I'm okay with that, though. Stop the clock on the incompletion. Took a shot to the end zone. Ooh, I do love Whataburger. Whataburger would be good. Rolls-Royce and Visa have Georgia Tech colors? Okay. Where was this King at Tech? He's always been there. My mistake, I was adding Wallace's and Thomas's story together. Okay. Yeah, Wallace definitely had. American Express Gold card. Yeah, that could work. All right, 23 seconds to go in the half. Ball in the 15. One timeout for Carolina. King back to throw. Throws, man, wide open, but damn it. What was – and that's Horn Jr. That's that kid from Colorado. Yep, that was not a great ball. That was not a great ball from King. He was wide open. You know what? I'm not so sure he shouldn't have caught that. It wasn't the greatest throw, but it was also kind of a shitty effort. 3rd and 10 now for King. All right, King back to throw. He throws, basically has to throw it away, and there's a guy right there. He'll make a completion for no gain. There's a flag, though, on the play. 12 seconds to go in the half. Let's see what the flag is. This roughing? Declined? What was the penalty? Illegal shift on the offense? Then they'll decline. Okay. Tech should wear a Notre Dame logo? Yeah, that would make sense. It's pretty reasonable. All right, so it'll be 17-17 pending them making this field goal. Yeah, left points on the field there, though. I mean, they had a guy wide open. Weren't able to connect in the end zone. The 4th and 10, what is this? A 33-yarder. Should be able to make this in your sleep, and they will. That'll tie the game 17-17. Leave 8 seconds left on the clock for the half. All right, let's go up and see what else you guys were saying. Yeah, he does keep bobbling the snap, so he does not look comfortable right now. Like, you look at how quick Beck gets the snap and gets back into his throw, way quicker than what King's doing right now. Appreciate the Unk Alert. Unk Alert and 440 joules. I am Unk, baby. Unk Squad for life. Have to teach you young bucks a thing or two. Old Navy. Does Old Navy even exist anymore? What did Kevin say? Yeah, that was not the world's smartest comment there. They own the ACC, so why not? Who does? Who owns the ACC? Would have been a great drive had they dialed that touchdown up. All right, kickoff. You going to Colorado game? Does the Pope shit in his hat? I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Don't go stealing Uncle Junior's thunder. Yeah, this Unk's a bit different, though. I think we should get KY patches, KY jelly, because we're classy and we'll at least lube up before we stick it in there on the field. Why has no one done that yet? That's genius. Imagine this will just be a knee here by Beck to go into the half. And it will be. So tied 17-17 at the half. Haynes King with 94 yards through the air. He's 11 of 17, averaging 5.5 yards a throw. Thrown for 1 touchdown and 8 yards. 1 rush for 8 yards. Carson Beck, 11 for 14, 148 yards, averaging 10.6 yards a pass. 1 touchdown. What's the quarterback rating? So 98.7 for King, 134.5 for Beck. Oh, me. Fans do be getting ashy. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, with a K and Y. Yeah, we'll lube up. Vaseline. 1 second. All right. So we have to get through the half here. You know what I need? I might need some tacos. Let's take a time out. Let me get some little tacos. Here we go. No. No. Give me 5 minutes, get something to eat. Yeah, come on. You take Blue Chew, Rick? No, I don't. That would be a good patch, though, for UNC. Why is UNC not have a Blue Chew patch? Asking for a friend. No. All right. All right. That's what we needed. We needed some grub. All right. What are you guys saying? A little golf sticker on the back of the helmet. Carolina Blue Chews. Yeah, missed opportunity there. Does King play again or nah? What do you mean? He's going to play at the end of the game. Duke should rep Blue Chew for the UNC game. Ooh. That's good right there, boy. Put hair on your chest. They got Mike Tomlin on commentary. Oh, speaking of the Patriots, I see them on playing Wednesday, September 9th. That's the other thing Lombardi and Belichick did. They barred they were talking about being the 33rd NFL team. Not only did they bar the Patriots scouts from being at their practices, they banned any NFL scouts from being at their practices. And then Lombardi said that they couldn't use any promotional stuff that had anything to do with the Patriots. So you can't say Drake May went here and is doing well at the Patriots. Like absolute, just selfish bullshit that they did. I'm going to get the shits from Taco Bell. I'm actually immune to Taco Bell. You think Collins likes Blue Chew? Ain't no telling what Collins is into. Ain't no telling. Who gets the ball out of the half? Is it Carolina? I think it is, right? Maybe I'm wrong. All right, 1 second. That was good. All right. Sneaky good pick to make. Hold on. Sneaky good pick to make ACC championship game is NC State. The clown is in the gutter, and they got a quarterback that can recruit guys like Concepcion, just can't keep them. King is one. I thought the he's got 94. I thought the over under pass yard was 92.5. Maybe the thing you use is 95 or something. By the way, I don't know if Pete has announced this yet. Pete's gonna Pigskin Pete is gonna start his weekly call-in show week 0. I think it'll be on Wednesdays. And if you remember, he used to have Tiger Baskins on, and he needs a new co-host. And Rec will be his co-host for this season. So be sure when you see that to call into that show. Give us your thoughts. I've never gotten a Mexican pizza at Taco Bell. What I do at Taco Bell, If you want to win Taco Bell, you just go in there. This is what you order. You order 3 double stuffed crunchy beef burritos, no sour cream. Sour cream is for idiots and swimmers. You get the twisty crunches, and you get a large, dirty, frozen Baja Blast. You're welcome. That's what you do at Taco Bell. And you're going to spend like $13 on all that stuff. When was the last time NC State made an ACC championship game, though? It's got to be a while. I don't remember them since I've been watching football playing for an ACC title. Have they ever won it? Period. I mean, I know 1980 or 1981 is the last time North Carolina won it. I don't remember NC State, though. What do you mean, no? That ain't the play at Taco Bell? I've been eating it my whole life. And here's the thing. I'll tell you how bad my diet is. If I did get the diarrhea parasite from Taco Bell, I wouldn't have even noticed. I have diarrhea just consistently. What did I ask that you're saying never to again? It's like a stream of consciousness at this point. The hell did I even ask you guys? Do I have CTE? Maybe. Maybe I do have CTE. This would not surprise me. All right, and just like that, we're back. Oh, another mishandled kickoff by Arizona there. Oh, NC State. Yeah, they've never been to one, right? That's right. I'm not even talking about winning the ACC. When was the last time they even made an appearance in an ACC title game? Have they ever made an appearance in an ACC title game? Let's go ask Mr. Googles. All right, Beck, another play action. Dumps it off to the tight end here for a first down. No, NC State has never once so much as made an appearance in an ACC championship game. Because it started in 2005, NC State's never qualified for it. So, fun fact, yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I've certainly been watching. I've watched every ACC championship since 05. Yeah, I ain't seen them in there. Another run for Arizona, another first down there on a 3rd and short. That running back better get up, though, or his lineman's going to stomp on him. So they're due. Okay. Well, they didn't need to make an ACC title appearance to beat us last year, though. I know that. All right, looks like offsides here on Carolina. Speaking of Pete, I don't know that anyone hates a team as much as Pete hates Dave Doran and NC State. Pete cannot stand Dave Doran and NC State. Hates him. Do you think Philo will be good at Florida? He's not going to start, is he? Haven't they named the other kid the starter? Or am I wrong about that? I think Philo's really talented. I think he might regret going from being a guaranteed starter to Florida. All right, play action for Beck. Another completion. Oh, and the guy tries and hurdles him. And basically does. What's good at Florida? Yeah, 8-4 would be good at Florida. Philo will kill it at Florida? That's not a given, man. Yeah, no, that ain't a given at all. That ain't a given at all. All right, Beck under center again. Looks like a false start. False start, Arizona. See if Google knows. Who is the starting QB at Florida for 2026? Okay, Follows projected to be the starter. It's going to be between him and Jones Jr. there. Another run by Arizona. Pick up. Ooh, he's still churning them feet for about 4 yards. All right. Need to see more King. Need Panthers to score again, and I hit my bets on team total in both teams. All right, let's make this guy some money tonight. Beck back to throws, got time, steps up, dumps it off. He'll pick up about 5 on the dump off. There is a flag on the play, though. Holding, Arizona. All right. Back them up. Who they flag? 66? Yeah. That'd be a hold. That'd be what holding is. Crunchwrap Supreme with nacho fries. Nacho fries are fantastic. You got me with that. 2nd and 20 for Arizona. After the penalty. Beck back to throw. Low snap. Complete. Wide receiver kind of kept running backwards. They can't get him down, though. Still on his feet. That's embarrassing when you can't get a wide receiver down. Reggie Virgil. Big 12 champion with Texas Tech in 2025. Well, he looks good tonight. About 11 minutes to go in the third now. Back again, back to throw. He'll dump it off again. Pick up maybe 6. But it'll be short. Be 4th down. All right, so we'll get to see King come back out. Ow. No, never mind. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5 here. A little bit no man's land on the 41. So back to throw. Pump fakes. Throws a deep ball. And complete. Threw a perfect ball there for that completion. Virgil a little shaken up. Yeah, Beck looks phenomenal tonight. That's 188 yards for him on the night. No, he dropped it. Never mind, he dropped it. I didn't see that he dropped it. All right, incomplete. Zaxby's patch would be great. Isn't Zaxby started by like a UGA grad though? There's this Georgia fan that keeps commenting on his own comments of my videos about Isaiah Canyon. And he'll he's saying like, "Hey, Isaiah Canyon is turning heads," and then like the next day he'll comment on his own comment, "Still turning heads." Okay, dude, I got you. Oh, Zen Patch would be elite. Zen Patch would be. It would change everything. We're going 12-0 if we get the Zen Patch. Oh, it's a Georgia Southern grad. Okay. Is it Raising Cane's? One of those is a Georgia grad, right? Is Raising Cane started by a Georgia grad? Zaxby's is top tier, though. If you don't care about getting extraordinarily fat, you can eat a lot of it. Oh, you're in here. Oh, good to know. Damn, you might spend more time commenting on my videos than you do paying attention to your own team. It's interesting. And you comment on Sea Dog's videos, too. You spend a lot of time doing this. Do you even have a job? You have all this time to do this. First Zaxby's was opened in Statesboro. Okay. I did not know that. I did not know. All right, let's see what King can do here. Oh, yeah. Larry Fitzgerald. I remember Larry. This is a Georgia Tech channel. Yeah. Incorrect. It's my channel, so I think I know what it is. Pretty sure I know what it is. If he throws an interception, is his career over? No. All right, King back out. Toss sweep here. That's going to be about a 3-yard loss. All right, so what, it'll be about 2nd and 13 for King here. Larry Fitzgerald played at Pitt, didn't he? Yes, he did, because he was on the 2005 cover of NCAA. He was on the cover of NCAA 05, I think. All right, 2nd and 11 here for King. Hands the ball off. Weird step by the running back, but he stays on his feet and the ball's out. And Arizona's on top of it. So we don't even get to see King throw this drive. Running back coughs it up. Did you see anything on the background behind Wreck? You see Georgia. Oh, no. My reading comprehension has failed me. Yeah, he just knocked that ball out, didn't he? No good. All right, we get to see Beck come back out. That's twice now, I think we've seen the ball on the ground, one for each side. Well, no, twice. No, one for each side, yeah. All right, Beck no longer in. I don't know who 12 is for Arizona. Who is 12? Wow, what? What do you mean, wow? Does make me feel old to see Larry Fitzgerald with gray hair. Who is this cat? Caden Slovis? Where is Caden Slovis from? They've got him listed as number 120. He's from BYU. Okay. It's his second season. Gotcha. 3rd and 1 here for Arizona. Dive play, and they will get it. Raising Cane's was founded by Todd Graves and Craig Silvey. Okay. I think I've only eaten Raising Cane's like once. And it was probably 15 years ago. Another run here for Arizona. They'll pick up about 4. So Kenny Pickett finished the game 8 for 11, 62 yards, no touchdowns. Struggling in the rushing department for Carolina. Leading rusher is A.J. Dillon with 18 yards on 3 carries. Play action here for Arizona. Throws, 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. He'll get all the way down to the 11. Damn, that looked like us. That looked like a Georgia Tech defense from last year. Yeah, that wasn't no good. Another handoff. About another 3 yards. Oh, man. I mean, by BL's logic, he's a Tech fan because he only comments on Tech channels. Like everyone he can find, he comments on. So he must be a Tech fan. All right. 2nd and 7, flushed out of the pocket here for Slovis. Flag. It's complete, but out of bounds. What's the flag? Got to be a hold. Got to be a hold. Todd Graves went to UGA, but Sylvie went to LSU. Okay. So it can't be Raising Cane's. Yeah, Raising Cane's is out. You know what they should do? They should just have an Outcast patch with the green, the ATLians thing. We'll do it for free. How lit would that be? They need to have that on their helmets. You know how they had ATL on their helmets, like on the back? They need to have ATLians. Oh, sacked. Sacked. It's going to be 3rd and way long. What am I watching the game on? My hotel feed only shows half the plays. They're showing more interviews than game. Yeah, you're watching the same thing. No, we won't be doing a Lockheed Martin patch. I'm going to veto that on the start. 3rd and 27, and they'll run a draw. Running back slips and falls down, gets back up and tries and run again. So they'll be kicking what? They're on the 25, it looks like. I mean, it is the Hall of Fame game. All right, what we got here? About a 43-yarder. Yep, 43-yarder, and that will be good. So Arizona will take the lead 20-17. Fixed auto diagnostic adapter could have a patch on a Georgia Tech jersey. I don't know. Is there something about that? I don't know. What's so special about that? All right, so maybe we can see Haynes King for more than 2 plays of a drive here. Maybe they can not turn the ball over. We'll have to see. Yeah, I see people asking in the Discord, will King play the rest of the game? Yeah, I don't think that they don't have another quarterback to put in. Back in the old days, if you had some serious quarterback issues, you'd like put your punter in at quarterback. Like in the 60s and 70s, just put the punter in. He can hand the ball off. Oh, so all right. 20-17, Arizona's up. Arizona with 104 rushing yards. Carolina with only 42. Let's look through some of these stats here. Leading rusher for Arizona, Bam Knight. Where's Bam Knight out of? NC State. Okay. So he's got 60 yards on 12 carries. So he's averaging 5 yards a carry. Carson Beck, 188 yards, 1 touchdown. But he's been taken out. So they got 205 total passing yards to 151 for Carolina. I mean, shit, Carolina's only got 194 yards of total offense right now. Arizona with 309 yards of total offense. Roger Craig, a little bit before my time, 83-93, 3-time Super Bowl champ, 88 Offensive Player of the Year, made the playoffs in all 11 seasons. How about that? .442 to go in the third. Let's see what Haynes King can do. Again, last drive ended, on the third play by a running back turning the ball over. Carolina will return this, and he slips and falls right short of the 30. Send him to slip and fall school. Horn Jr., he played at Colorado, right? Not crazy. Let's get this show on the road, boys. All right, King back under center. 1st and 10 from 27, his own 27. A little misdirection here. Not much going out of it. Does turn about 3 yards, though. I don't know why they're showing me the hill at Edgewood Park. Trying to watch football here. And matter of fact, this is the first watch party of the season. I didn't think about that. All right, 2nd and 7 here. Another handoff. Not much going, maybe a yard. Yeah, he gets about a yard out of it, so it'll be 3rd and 6 here for King. We had a cutaway to another player every time. I don't know if they're on commercial or not. Nope. All right. 3rd and 5. 3:25 to go in the third. King in the empty set here. They'll motion the back beside him, though. Play clock winding down. 3, 2, 1. King back. Steps up. Takes off running. And he'll pick up the first down. So there's some rushing yards if you had the over on the rushing front. Oh, there's a flag on the play, though. Hold. Yep, holding. So it'll be 3rd and 15. Do they get? I don't know why you guys hate on Buster so much. It seems like there's a ton of Tech fans that are like thrilled to have Buster gone and Godsey as their OC. And I'd be honest with you, I don't quite understand that. All right, so now 3rd and 15. Empty set, tight for King. Back to throw. He's got time. Throws. Complete. He converts it. He converts it. Wow. What was that, a corner route? Corner route he hit him on? How about that? Another flag. Is that a late hit, though? That might be a late hit. After the play, yep, personal foul. Ooh. That'll work. Wow. All right, I hear you, King. So 109 yards through the air for King now. Busting the over. Busting the over. Let's move this stuff around a little, fit it all. Reminds me of that 3rd and long conversion he had against BYU. All right, now 1st and 10, just across the 50 for King. Be another run, cuts outside. And what, he get 5 or 6 yards? Okay. Okay. Ooh. I'm sorry, we shorted him. That's 110 yards for King. Yeah, that was a dot. You're right. That was a hell of a throw by King. All right. King now under center, 2nd and 4. On the Arizona side of the field. Another bunch formation. Play action. Throws. Complete. First down, Haynes King. How about that? King looking good. King looking good. I hear you. Yeah, I know my chat on screen's way behind. Run. There's nothing I can do about it. That'll be a no gain there. It'll be 2nd and 10. King keeps winning. He's by winning. About 1:20 to go in the 3rd now. Yeah, I am surprised. King's looking much better throwing than I thought he would. He's 13 and 19 for 118 yards. All right, 2nd and 9 for King now. Be a draw. And nothing going. Yeah, Carolina's run game is looking like doo-doo cheeks. Looking like doo-doo cheeks. All right, 3rd and 9 for King. Empty set. They'll motion the back out wide. Do we see the draw with King? No. Throws quick. He'll be short, though. He'll be about 3 yards short. That'll end the 3rd. We'll have to see if they go for it. I couldn't see where on the field they were, but that'll take us into the 4th quarter. So Flockus says, I don't know about Gotze either, but I do like the Todd Monken connection. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. So, all right. Boy, who called it, by the way? Now, he might tear off a 50-yard run here. What did I say before the game started? I said, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'll take the over on passing yardage and the under on rushing yardage. Did I not say that? Can anyone confirm I did say that? I did say that. And all these people want to say Wreck doesn't know ball. Wreck knows ball. That's what we're doing here. Take the points and tie it up, yeah. It is a preseason game, though, so you might want to see King in a fourth down situation or your offense in a fourth down situation. I feel like, you kind of know what you got at kicker. You're trying to figure out who's going to make the roster on offense, though. So I imagine they'll probably go for it. And if any of you at home are holding up 4 fingers, you can just click off the stream. You know that that's dumb, and that I know it's dumb. Winky seems a reasonable guy who wouldn't put up with some BS just to be the last guy on the ship. That said, Key has a long way to go as CEO. I agree with that. Buster is maybe a bit dramatic and will probably do fine. What has Buster done to make you say that he's dramatic? Has he basically assaulted other coaches on the sideline? Because Key has. Quarterback carry should be the call, I think. Okay. Looking at the Falcons quarterback situation, I wish they got King. Yeah, they could use him. Yeah, that ain't a lie. Money down. Get out of here. Money down's third, though, isn't it? It's fourth down. I'm flying home tomorrow, over under on getting stuck in Atlanta tomorrow afternoon. I don't know what getting stuck is, over or under, but I'll take that. 4th and 2. They're in the gun, though. King with a play action, complete, first down and then some. Wow. What a gutsy little play call there. So it was just like that almost looked like an RPO. I think that was an RPO. That's 146 yards through the air for King. No, that wasn't an RPO. Don't listen to me. But a good play fake. Running out of room. All right. Yeah, beautiful play call. 1st and goal now. King under center. Bunch of tight ends. Another play action. Throws. Touchdown. That's 2 for King. That's 2 for King. How about that? Over under on touchdowns was a half. So we've blown the door out of the touchdown over under and blown the over on the passing yardage. That's 150. I'll tell you the other interesting thing is this is the style of offense that Georgia Tech's going to be playing this year. I mean, if they're saying they're running a pro style NFL type offense, then this is the offense you're going to see. Play action to the back out of under center where he slips out into the flat like that is pretty bread and butter. Bulldog JC says F the Falcons. Yeah. Yep. Because Haynes King was undrafted free agent. You didn't have to spend a draft pick on Haynes King. I think he's shown a little more than practice squad worthy. I think he's the QB3 on your roster. You carry 3, right? So obviously Buster wanted to give more snaps to Philo. I don't know. How is that obvious? Like when Philo came in against Miami, Haynes King couldn't throw more than 5 yards. Like when was Philo in the game that King should have been in the game? Where did that happen at? In fact, when did Philo come in the game last year when it mattered? I mean, he started against Garner Webb, but what other than that? You can only carry 2 official and then an emergency one that does not count against 53. Okay. So he'll be the emergency quarterback. Well, I guess then, I mean, how does that work? Can another team pick him up if he's not on your active roster, if they offer him an active roster contract? But then Atlanta would have to have room for him. Look, I don't know how the NFL rules work, so excuse me there. But if he's your emergency third, I guess not, because then you'd have to get another emergency third. I like King and Philo, but I want a quarterback who makes it look easy, and I'm hoping Mendoza is that. Well, hell, everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. Yes, if on your practice squad. So you can pick someone up off someone's practice squad roster. Okay. He should have gotten more live reps. Second half Temple. Duke and Wake could have used a change up at quarterback. I'm being honest with you, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I just think that anytime you don't convert a third down, people want to blame the OC. Oh, we didn't convert a third down this one, so our OC's trash. I mean, what's he making at Florida right now? Like $2 million or something? Is that because he's a dog shit OC that they're paying him that? And I'll just tell you, that ain't the only time he's been offered shit like that. Like, people that know way more than I do about football seem to think the guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Falcons could use him over Penix or Tua. Definitely over Tua. I would take Haynes King right now over Tua. Falcons are dead to me until they win a Super Bowl. I'm 52 and was a Falcons fan forever. But ever since they blew that last Super Bowl, they're dead to me. That's me. Yeah, that's me. Because now every single Super Bowl till the end of time is going to show highlights of that game and talk about that game. So it's not just like you lost the Super Bowl. You lost it in historic fashion such that it will be talked about in every Super Bowl how you screwed it up. Coach played Philo more in 24 than 25. My hunch is they were pushing King's Heisman resume. And also, why does Key get a pass in that? Does Key not make the decisions? Oh, what a throw. Or what a catch. Does Key not make the decisions over what quarterback plays? Like, I don't get that argument. Because if that's the case, then you're basically saying Key's a pussy, is what you're saying. And of all the criticisms I have for Key, pussy isn't one of them. It was against Tom Brady. I don't care. I don't care who it was against. I'm suggesting Key was the obstacle to Philo getting more play, to the point where Philo and the OC are together at a bigger club. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I personally think Philo should have played more last year, but yeah, I think you could be right about that. That's not why they're not there, though. I can tell you that. They're not there because Key didn't play Philo enough last year. Damn, Arizona just marching down the field. About 12:20 to go in the fourth now. All right. 1,000 Jewels from Josh Pittman. Josh Pittman sent a gift. The loot box. It's not gambling mechanics if we don't call it that. It's surprise mechanics. Hashtag EA Sports. I don't give an F even if it was against Jesus. I don't care if Jesus Christ was the quarterback. Like, and the thing is, the Falcons had a really good defense that year too. And what did that game come down to? All you had to do was kick a field goal to win it there. I think it was toward the end of the third, maybe. I'm trying to remember the situation. But instead, we try and pass with Matt Ryan. He takes a sack, which takes us out of field goal range. And we had an OC in Shanahan that could give a crap less because he had just taken he had already taken the head coaching job at San Francisco. Ain't nothing off his back other than I guess he don't have a ring in his drawer. And I don't even blame Shanahan for that. I blame, what was it, Mike Smith? Who was the coach for us then? Mike Smith? Mike Smith should have said, there ain't no way in hell we're throwing here. Shut up. That's what head coaches with balls do. Also, Freeman whiffing a block, yeah. But if you just kick that field goal, you don't take yourself out of field goal range there, you win that Super Bowl. It was Dan Quinn, not Mike Smith. It was another idiotic defensive guy, Dan Quinn. What's he doing now? Is he DC somewhere? Play action here. Throw and incomplete. Falcons just got overconfident. No, it's more than that. Falcons were winning in the third quarter by like 20-plus points. That's correct. That's correct. And then you say, I say that if, it came down to that field goal, all you had to do was stop them once. All you had to do was get one stop defensively. Weren't able to do that. Yeah, that's what made me say screw the NFL. Well, and really screw the Falcons. He's the head coach at Washington. Okay. All right. Field goal's up. Did he miss that? No, he made it. All right, so that's 24-23. Carolina's still up. Remember, Jeff Collins had a hard-on for Dan Quinn, too. Jeff Collins has a hard-on for anyone he thinks is stupid enough to actually employ him. Like, I don't care who it is, as it pertains to football. Falcons have a deep-seated inferiority complex. Well, they are inferior. I mean, how many of the worst draft class in history have the Falcons drafted, do you think? Because it's more than one. It's more than one. There's been one move that the Falcons have made drafting that paid off, and that was Julio Jones. They gave up the barn to draft Julio. Where did they draft him? It was in the top 10 somewhere. That ended up paying off. Speaking of idiotic draft moves, let's not forget the Raiders, who drafted Jamarcus Russell number 1 overall. Who was the coach? It was Lane Kiffin was the coach of the Raiders, if you can believe that. I think he was younger than I am now. And who did Lane Kiffin want to draft instead of Jamarcus Russell? Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson. It's a tough life being a Tech and Falcons fan. Yeah, I can only do one, man. I can only do one. Why Vic T waste his time on being a Falcon? Boy, those are some tough post games Vic does for the Falcons, man. Vic gets legit pissed off too. Vic is unwell when he's watching the Falcons for sure. Braves missed out on Drew Burress by 1 pick as well. Hate to see it. I never forgave the Falcons for turning their back on Mike Vick. Stand by your man. Well, I mean, he did go to prison, man. Like, he did go to prison. What else? What do you mean by turning their back on him? What were they supposed to do? Go break him out of prison so he could play? Or you're saying once he got out of prison, they should have taken him back? I mean, that was never going to happen. Have you ever seen Vic? I've seen Vic get pissed off in real life, and it is hilarious. Keep his contract while in prison? That's idiotic. I'm sorry. This man looked like Diego Pavia past his prime. Actually, for how fat I am, that's a compliment. I appreciate that. I'll take that any day of the week. If you're going to compare me to a legitimate athlete, that's a win in my book. That's an improvement. Insidious Out of the Further. I tell you what, I haven't seen. I want to see Obsession. Lord knows I know about Crazy Women. That's my kind of movie. Any of y'all know about Crazy Women out there? I'm sure you do. Of course you do. You're watching WreckTalk. Oh, wasn't talking about me? Oh, okay. Well, if you don't know this, I'm all I think about. So my ego demands that every comment be about me. It's so good. Okay. We might have to make that happen. When does it come out on streaming? Because I'll tell you this, the closest theater to me is right over here by Kennesaw State, the Barrett Commons. It's off Barrett Creek, Kennesaw. And they don't pay their air conditioning bill, evidently. Like, literally, the theater is like 80 degrees in there. It's miserable. And I have a projector that I watch stuff on anyway, so, and theater seats. So I'll just watch it here. The Odyssey is a masterclass. I look like your grandpa? Well, your grandpa's one sexy son of a bitch, isn't he? Damn. Your grandpa's got to beat the women off of them, doesn't he? Kissed half the women in Georgia and made them cry, probably. Oh, it's been available on streaming for a while now. I tell you what else I saw, and if you've seen it, I want your opinion. The Backrooms. Now, little backstory. I am well versed in the lore of the Backrooms and Kane Pixels and all that. Like, I've been paying attention to that since day one. I was kind of disappointed with Backrooms. I was kind of disappointed with it. I was kind of like, it ended and I felt like I was still kind of waiting for the movie to start. Obsession is free on Peacock. I have Peacock. Wasn't that girl like a streamer or something beforehand? Like, she wasn't like a straight acting background girl? The Backrooms was made by a 20-year-old. Yeah, but Game Pixels is pretty legit. All right, here we got Haynes King back out. 1st and 10. They'll hand the ball off. Running back still on his feet. Damn, he'll get about 5 yards out of that run. The scene with Elliot Page running into battle gave me chills. I guess you're talking about Odyssey. I haven't seen Odyssey. I love how they just keep cutting to NFL legends that are doing their best, like, not very good smile. Another run up the middle, nearly a first down.
Watched Backroom and Obsession back-to-back streaming 2 weeks ago. Obsession is incredible. Backrooms is good for the last 30 minutes, Lowell.
Yeah. Okay. I received that. I've heard a lot of people really like Obsession. Backrooms was good for the last 30 minutes. I just wish that it would have filled in more of what we don't know from. Oh, big run here to the 40, 30, all the way inside the 30 here. Finally, Carolina bust off a run. I didn't feel like the Backrooms movie like played off the established lore. Like, I want to know more about Async. But I mean, Backrooms did well. I think it's the highest grossing movie from that studio. All right, now 1st and 10. Under center. Play action for King. Got time. Throws back. It's a screen. And they'll pick up about 5 out of it. Pick up about 5. Appreciate the $5, by the way, Joelish. Appreciate that, buddy. All right. Let me see the game. Can I see the game? 2nd and 5. Another handoff. Makes a move around the linebacker just basically to get back to the line of scrimmage. What's going on, Shadow? Says, what's up, Rec? What's up to you, sir? All right, 3rd down. 3rd down. 7:15 to go in the 4th. Like I'm getting a headache. Oh, they got a female ref. 3rd and 4 here for Carolina inside the red zone, barely. Play action. King throws off his back foot, goes right through the kid's hands, too. And that's Horn Jr. again. Should have known a dog ass, sorry ass Colorado receiver couldn't catch the ball. The screenplay is undying, eternal, and inevitable. All right. So this is where I think you would kick a field goal, right? This will put them up by 4 if they make it. What do we got here? 37-yard field goal. You should be able to bang this one out in your sleep. And it is good. So Carolina will go up 27-23. So Haynes King, 17 to 24 on the night, 154 yards to the air, 6.4 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. Has not been sacked. Still just the 8. Is it just the 8? No, he's got 1 rushing yard now. Did he get sacked? Haynes King must have taken a sack. Boy, a lot of people were thinking the over on the rushing yards. Bulldog JC says, I watched Interstellar and Mementos last week back to back. Interstellar was one of the best movies I've ever watched. Interstellar's great. In fact, I think they had, I mean, I'm sure you've heard this, they had an actual physicist basically code up the simulation to render that black hole. So it's all, I mean, that's actually Einstein's field equations used to render that. And I think it took months to render, like months. Oh, he ran backwards a play. Okay. Sacks don't go against quarterback rushing yards NFL. Tells you how much I know about the NFL. Memento was really good too. I saw Memento years and years and years ago, and I remember hating it. And just, isn't that where like he has like no long-term memory or something, and then it's out of order, like the thing is shot out of order? That was another one where I felt like, when is the movie gonna start? And then it ended. Indie Sports Fan said, howdy, Pete's. Hope y'all are good. I remember you from last year. I remember you. Good to see you in here. He still has 8 rushing yards. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at carries. Sometimes I forget I'm a complete idiot. My bad. I forgot. I'm an idiot. 154 passing yards. I do love Mike Tomlin, though. We do not care. We do not care. Will this game have any impact on King's career? I mean, maybe. If it means he gets on a roster and gets a chance and is able to be something, then sure. Hey, it ain't hurting his career. I know that. It ain't hurting it. Interstellar was dope. Yeah. My favorite thing was that robot that was just like a bunch of like rectangles, basically. That thing was killer. Also, Anne Hathaway is fine as hell. How old is Anne Hathaway? I know she's older than me, but I like that. She's 43. My ex-wife is older than her. I've got a chance. Tars. Yeah, Tars was the shit. I don't have a scoreboard because no one gives a crap about the score of a preseason game. I think it's 24-23, though. Rectangles. There you go. No, it's 27-23. He catch that? Yeah, he did. 6:40 to go here. From what I understand, King would have to play pretty bad today to get cut. Okay. Yeah, Tars was. We all need a Tars in our life. Oh, all right. How many more Haynes King drives are we going to get to see? One or two? See over under. 1.5. Over under is 1.5 on number of drives we'll get to see with King. King does look good. Beck looked really, really good. King looks good. Okay, they're reviewing this catch, which when you review something, you have to basically go watch, speaking of, Interstellar in its entirety before they can decide whether something was a catch or not. Project Hail Mary was really good. I've never even heard of that. You did not miss all the ads. It's insane how much advertisement you have to watch. Like, do you just want to watch something? Because it used to be, do you remember in the OG days of streaming that it was free, but you watched it with ads? Or you could pay like $15, $20 a month and then you didn't have to watch ads. Now, they don't even give you the option. It's like you're going to pay and you're going to watch ads. That's just the way it is. I don't know, other than Georgia Tech stuff, I don't know that I've ever seen an ad and actually bought something because I saw the ad, ever. Like here, you got to love these pharmaceutical ads. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling a little depressed. Let me go tell my doctor what to prescribe me for something I don't even understand. It's the most idiotic shit of all time. Planning on watching Inception this weekend. I hope it's good. Inception's great. Inception's fantastic. So you need to go watch Inception and then to go watch the South Park episode called Inception. Second, that Project Hail Mary was good. Okay. What is Project Hail Mary about? There should be a boycott of these large corporations. I'm not saying there should be a boycott of large corporations. The closest to that I'll get political on here is pharmaceutical ads should not be allowed, though. That's the stupidest thing ever. If I need a medical degree to prescribe it, you shouldn't be able to tell me to go tell my doctor to give it to me. Oh, big run here for Arizona. Think about 13 yards out of it. There was a lawsuit against satellite radio that said they had to allow ads, And that was the beginning of the. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm sure this is from the same free market people too, right? New Spider-Man was fire. Okay. Project Hail Mary is an amazing book written by the same author as The Martian. Movie was a perfect adaptation. So is it like a science-y movie? Oh, there's a tackle for loss there on the run game for Arizona. 5:30 to go in this game now. Carolina up 27 to 23. Okay, it's a science-y movie. Okay, yeah, I loved Interstellar. I love The Martian. I tell you what else I really loved is SpongeBob. Oh, almost sacked. Throws off his back foot. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Big Pharma got to make that money, yeah. Clear Channel or one of the big conglomerates sued, I think. Marketers and lawyers, guys, I've told you. That's the only two people that run things in the world. Marketers and lawyers. Ted Lasso season 4 started this week. Well, I know someone that'll be happy about that. All right, 3rd and 8. Get off the field here. Nope. Caught, one missed tackle, all the way down inside the 15. What do you mean that you're surprised how much they've ridden back? What are you talking about? I can't hear what they're saying. If you're talking about something the commentators are saying, were they dogging back? Back played great. Rick and Morty, I've never seen a single episode of, and a friend of mine, and I didn't know anything about it either. A friend of mine's like, dude, you like South Park, you're a science nerd. This is like, and you have a sick, cruel sense of humor. This is like right up your alley. What are you doing? Ted Lasso became unwatchable for me in season 2. I've seen one episode of Ted Lasso. Oh, how much they're glazing Beck. Well, I mean, Beck played really well. All right, almost a first down there. Yeah, we'll probably just get one drive with King. We'll get one more drive with King. Early seasons are great. New ones are okay. With Rick and Morty, okay. What does it stream on? Does it stream on anything? All right, 3rd and 1 here for Arizona. Just score so we can see back, please. Of course not. They'll get the first down, but not score. Oh, this could be interesting. Let's say they score with about 2:40 or 2.5 minutes on the clock, and then you put it on King to lead a game-winning drive. That'd be cool. It's on HBO. Arizona looks confused. Play clock winding down. 4. You got to snap the ball. They got to take a timeout. Okay. That'll be their first one, though. Sling is pretty good for free and paid. You'll love Rick and Morty on HBO Max. Well, I guess I just got to get HBO Max. So hit me up another super chat so broke ass Rhett can go buy some HBO Max. Because YouTube TV is about $90 now. YouTube TV's $90. What the hell does Netflix cost? That's about another $20. YouTube Premium's about $20. So let's see. That's 40. That's $130. And then how much is HBO Max? Probably another $25 or so. Then you got $155 just in all this streaming shit. Another run. Doesn't look like he gets there. Damn. They're going to eat up all this fucking time off the clock. Aren't they they are not banning? They're cracking down on password sharing. Let that be the lesson to you. You steal, you go to jail. Big money steals, they just pay a little slap on the wrist fine. It's pretty much how the world works. It's like $9.99. Okay. But I tell you what, I will gladly pay the $90 to YouTube TV as opposed to having dog shit cable. It's freaking awful. It's like, okay, I want to cancel my cable. Yeah, well, do you want to spend 2.5 hours on the phone and talk to 15 people who are going to be purposefully stupid at you? YouTube TV, just click a button, okay. And then they'll usually offer you a month free when you try and cancel. How is cable TV still a thing? I don't even understand why would anyone use that? Why would anyone pay that? Papa Rec finally cut the cable. Finally. Years and years and years I've been telling Papa Rec, dude, this like direct TV stuff is why? You can get Xfinity. Just get Xfinity. It comes with Peacock anyway. And then just get YouTube TV. That's what you do. If you're not doing that, Papa Rec, what are you doing? Super Troopers 3. I never saw the second one, and I sure as hell won't be watching the third one. How many comedy sequels have been good? Like classic comedies. I'm trying to think of a sequel to a comedy that was really good. Dumb and Dumber 2 was a waste of time and money. Like, in other words, no one's asking for a Billy Madison 2. Happy Gilmore 2, thought it was dog shit. Thought it was absolute dog shit. This is the challenge for the rest of the stream. Give me a comedy sequel that was good. I have Hulu, HBO Max, and Disney Plus for $20 a month during the season, but no live TV yet. Okay. Oh, that's the other thing. If you're a Braves fan, you got to buy their stupid bullshit streaming thing to watch the Braves now. I thought that The Naked Gun last year was good. Okay. Get ready for another contract dispute, by the way, at some point this next season. I don't even know about Naked Gun. What is Naked Gun? All right, 2 minutes here to go in the game. Please just score. Play action, throw. Was his feet in? They're going to say he's out? Looked like his feet were out when he caught it on a slide. They calling this a touchdown or not? I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Maybe. Caddyshack 2 was horrible. Walked out of the theater. Caddyshack, yeah. Hangover 2 was good. Okay, Hangover 2 might be the closest thing to a really good sequel. Naked Gun is slapstick. Okay, Shrek 2 ruled, but Shrek 2 is not a comedy. Shrek 2 is an animated film. Thank God I live within reach of Braves vision. If you have Verizon, then wait, I get Netflix with Verizon? Why am I paying for Netflix then? Next month, I will switch back to live TV for $89.99 a month. Indie Sports Fan says, I pay $180 for Dish Network because there's only one internet provider in my area, and they charge $100 for bad internet and make you get basic cable and home phone, and it's over. Where do you live? Because Windstream would be that in Georgia. Yeah, just give this man a touchdown. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Bring Haynes King back. Bring Haynes King back. Why does this take so long? I'm going to bitch about this at least 40 times in the season as to why this takes this long. All right, touchdown. Thank God. Let's go. Oh, they offer a discount rate for Netflix. Gotcha. All right. What do you mean you can't believe they initially ruled it incomplete? Because his feet were sliding out of bounds. It was not easy to see that he was in. It's nice to watch the replay and be like, God, why did they say that? Well, why didn't they call it a touchdown? It's so clear when you pause it right where his feet were when he caught it. Why can't these refs do that? All right. So Arizona will go up 30-27. Perfect. So we put Haynes King in, minute 55 to go in the game, down by 3. Lead your team down the field to victory. All right, and now we're getting some Haynes King highlights. Like it. Yep, that was a corner out he threw that guy. That's tough. On those corner outs in cover 2, you got to squeeze that thing in between the corner and the safety that are going to try and pinch that ball off on the corner route. No OT, so need a touchdown to win. Yeah. I don't know why these refs. Man, these dumbass refs and their regular time vision. I don't know why these refs haven't developed slow motion vision yet. All right. Let's go, King. Let's do it. Yeah, King getting some love. Bryce Young is tiny. Well, there's a stretch there that there were like all tiny quarterbacks at Alabama. Well, Bryce Young, who's the guy who's a quarterback for New England now? They had 3 quarterbacks in the same room that ended up starting in the NFL. King's arm got hit there, it looked like. All right, so I'll be 2nd and 10 now for King. They should let this go into overtime and see if it gets to 8. I don't like that. I don't like that his hand got hit there. Oh, jeez. It wasn't Drake May. Drake May played for North Carolina. It was before Drake May. Deep throw for King. Had a guy, too, with a step. He just overthrew him. It'll be 3rd and 10. Yeah, probably got away with a pass interference there or a hold. He definitely grabbed his jersey, but whatever. 3rd and 10. Yeah, I don't know how that isn't defensive pass interference. Whatever, it makes it more theatric when King converts this here. King out of empty set, back to throw. Throws. Complete, he converts it. In tight coverage, too. In tight coverage. Clock's rolling now, 1:33 and rolling. On your own 45 here for Carolina. Haynes King trying to bring him back. Back to throw for King. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws. Complete. Oh, gets out of bounds, but Might have got a little neck compression there. Mac Jones. It was Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts, and Bryce Young. I think. Was it Jalen Hurts? I think it was. All three of them were in the same quarterback room. All right, clock rolled under a minute now, just across midfield for King and the Panthers. They'll run the ball, and damn, they'll pick up about 13 yards out of it. So the clock will start to move the chains. Why are they bringing water out? Oh, second timeout. All right, I'm the dummy on that. Let's look at this throw. Nice throw to convert that third down. It can't go to overtime, but it should. Let this go to 8 overtimes and then break my heart because I'm a masochist like that. As a Tech fan, I go to sleep just flailing my own back. Just lay towels down on the bed. I'm a glutton for punishment. And that's why I've told you guys, I can't be hurt anymore. I can't be hurt. All right, Horn about falls down. King about, screen, which gets blown up. Who was talking about screen? Are you just ahead of me? All right, clock rolling off 44 now, or did they take their next time out? Why is the clock not rolling? Did he drop it? Or did they take, okay, that's their last time out. Damn, he should have just dropped it. They'd have been better off. Yep, Arizona snuffed out that screen. By the way, that's 168 yards. So they can't stop the clock now with 44 seconds left. So you better have your next 3 plays or so. You got to know what you got. 2nd and 14 after the screen gets stuffed. Back to throw for King. Steps up in the pocket. Throws a deep ball. Incomplete, though. So that'll be 3rd and 14. Now you got, obviously, in this situation, 2 downs to play with. The problem is you don't have time. So if you don't get the first 2, you got to hurry up and get the ball snapped and get the first. $39 seconds to go. Arizona up 30-27. 3rd and 14 for King in Carolina. Just across midfield. Back to throw for King. Steps up in the pocket. Takes off with his wheels. Picks up the first and then some. All the way down and puts his head down a little. And takes some contact. Wow. Oh, how many yards? Is he going to hit the over on all of them? How many yards did he pick up there? About 13 or 20? Where was he? No, more than 20. Oh, that's 34 yards. He hits the over on every single one. 34 yards. Bling, bling, Haynes King. He's a winner. 28 seconds to go. King back to throw. Throws it. Out of bounds, though. Never a chance to catch that one. That's okay. Bling, bling, Haynes King. Yeah, there was no reason to take contact there, but King just can't help it. He can't help it. He cannot help himself. $23 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 on the Arizona 12. I'm sorry, 17. On the Arizona 17. Back to throw for Kings. Got time. Throws. Complete inside the 10. That is a little worrisome, though, boy. That ball did not have enough zip on it. They're going to have to clock it. 9, 8, 7, 6. And he will clock it with 6 seconds on the clock. So, whew. Pigskin Pete just texts me. He goes, Haynes King balling out. All right, so you got one play here, really. Maybe two. Depends on how quick you get the pass off. Probably one. 2nd and goal from the 5. Here we go. Throw. Incomplete, but there's 2 seconds on the clock. I like that play call. Quick little fade. Get another play. This has got to be Haynes King scrambles for a touchdown, right? This has got to be Haynes King scrambles around for a touchdown. Also 180 passing yards for King. Two seconds, one play to go here. Game comes down to this. King's going to take the snap from the 5. Back to throw for King. Steps up. Takes off running. I called it. Did I not call it? Bling, bling, Haynes King, baby. Woo! Just rewind the stream 15 seconds. Does Rec know ball? Man, I love that for Haynes King. I said it's got to be him taking off running. It's got to be. What else would it be? That's who he is. It's who he is. That's awesome for Haynes King, man. Falcons need to get him on the roster. If the Falcons were somehow get him on the roster, I will double down on the pain and start watching the Falcons.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Oh, are they going to say he was down short? No, that's a touchdown, man. That's easily a touchdown. Wow. That's probably by far the most into any preseason game I've ever been. Yeah. That's the most entertaining preseason football game I've ever watched. That's more entertaining than most normal NFL games, like regular season NFL games that I've watched. So, well, all right, man. So Haynes King will bust the over on every metric. Let's look at the final stats here. He was the 2nd leading rusher on the team with 39 yards rushing, 180 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. If you don't remember, the over-under was 92.5 yards passing, like 29.5 yards rushing, and a half a touchdown. No, he had 3 touchdowns. He had 2 through the air, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. So you're right, 3 total touchdowns. Whew. Got to get his revenge on Carson Beck. I mean, look, to be fair, Beck didn't play the whole game. But it is what it is. That's why he's the ACC Player of the Year. What a game for King. Well, all right, boys, that was fun. I got to get to bed. Got to get the kid to school early tomorrow. Thanks, everyone, for sending the jewels, whatever the hell they are. I'm Unc. You know I don't know what all this stuff is. Appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate all you guys for being in here and watching the most entertaining preseason game you'll probably ever see. You guys have a good one.